Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 8 of Until We Meet Again. Last episode we got a lot of backstory on Korn and In, and we saw a lot of the events that led up to the double suicide. It was In's birthday, and then In's father interrupted him and Korn at dinner, and then we saw that Korn's father watched them leave and was going to follow them, and then it's just, you can see how it's all unfolding now, and it's so horrible, and I really don't like seeing it because it's so damn sad. But on the plus side, it looks like Dean and Pharm are together now. They're in a relationship completely, but also it looks like they're on the path to gaining back memories or something. I don't know. They know both In and Korn's names. They both have said each other's names now. Pharm called Dean Korn, and then we saw a couple episodes ago that Dean remembered the name In, and he asked Pharm about that, saying, do you know someone called Intouch? And so there's cogs moving, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they realise that they are In and Korn yet, even though that scene really did make it look like they did. They like said, you promised you'd never leave me, and I don't know what that was, because it almost felt as if Korn and In were saying that, but I don't think that Dean and Pharm know they're Korn and In. So yeah, confusing. But Dean is on the hunt. I can't remember if it was in the preview or at the end of the last episode, but it looks like he's asking Sin to look into In and Korn and like dig up some dirt on them or something. So he's in his investigative mode and wanting to find out more about who In and Korn are. There was a confrontation between Dean and Alex, which I have to say it wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be, or hoped it would be, should I say. Alex was trying to hit on Pharm again, and then Dean swooped in and said they were together now, and then Alex was like, fine, I'll back off, which I hate, but you know, whatever. I hate that Dean had to come in order for him to back off, but it was cute seeing Dean say that in front of everyone, because again, he just does not seem like the type of guy that would do that. So seeing how open he is with their relationship just always takes you by surprise, and it's so sweet. We also got a win and team moment last episode, which are few and far between, but they had a full-on moment in the corner store, it looked like, when Team was trying to buy some Lay's crisps. He kissed him on the forehead, and I now know, thanks to YouTube comments, and I'm glad I do know, like they said it wasn't a spoiler, and I suppose it's not really a spoiler, but I know now that Win and Team have a kind of friends with benefits thing going on, and at this point have already slept together. Why did they not make that clearer? I have been so confused this whole time. I'm like, what is happening with Win and Team? Why are they like this? They talk so weirdly to each other. That explains all of it. God, why did this show... I know it's based on a book, which is Dean and Pharm's book, and then Win and Team have another book, which is what Between Us was based off. But man alive, come on show, you could have at least thrown one line in there that Win and Team had already slept together or something. Knowing that one thing clears up so much, so I'm glad I know. Hopefully I won't be so confused with Win and Team from now on.
เอาแต่อ่านนิยายฝรั่งไร้สาระอยู่ได้เอาเวลาที่อ่านเนี่ยมาช่วยงานเนี่ยรู้ไหมว่าลูกหนี้กี่คน
Do you not think that line of work is a bit dangerous for your teenage son?
ทำไปเนี่ยมันก็ชินไปเองอะแล้วอย่าเที่ยวไปคุยกับคนนอกบ้านนะ
What sort of life lesson is that?
ก็ผมไม่ชอบใช้ความรุนแรงทำไมพ่อต้องทำร้ายพวกเขาด้วย
ก็มันไม่ใช่นี่เราทำไมต้องใจดีกับมันด้วยถ้าแกไม่ทำไอ้กฤษก็ต้องทำ
Oh my god, children. Oh.
ฉันเป็นพ่อจะสั่งพวกแกไม่ได้งั้น
แต่พวกผมก็มีชีวิตจิตใจพ่อ
จำไว้นะตราบใดยังใช้นามสกุลอริยะสกุลต้องกินต้องใช้ในบ้านนี้อย่ามาอวดดีกับฉัน
Well, he's gonna find a condo, okay. But if he finds a condo or found a condo, that means he left his brothers there.
เจ็บหรือเปล่า
ไม่เป็นไรนะพี่ ผ
What I really want to know about is where these family members are now. You just wouldn't know what to do in that situation, would you really?
อยากเล่นน้ำ
เข้ามาเลยทุกคน
อยากดูว่าบิกินี่
ยังไม่มีใคร
And now she just talks and no one answers her.
เดี๋ยวไม่ว่างอ่ะฝากพามไปปลุกเลยนะ
อันนี้หน้าที่แฟนคนนอกไม่เกี่ยว
Don't take Manal's advice. Never.
รีบมานะ
รีบลงมานะพาม อยากข้าวต้มเย็นหมด
They're all rooting for them. It's so sweet. It's cute how many photos they all have up, considering their parents are never home. Whoa. Are you still starstruck whenever you see him?
นายอินไปไหนคะ
เดี๋ยวนาอินจะออกไปทำธุระค่ะ เดี๋ยวยังไงเดี๋ยวนาอินรีบกลับมาฝากอลินดูแลคุณแม่ด้วยนะคะ
That's the little girl. Crying again. Oh my god, he cries so much.
อลิน
Alan. How did he know? She was a child. God, it's crazy. Who is that to Dean then? Does this mean that they could all be related in some way? Oh, a flashback. He really is always reading.
ปิ้งเจ้าเนี้ยโคตรอร่อยเลยนะ
ไม่กิน
Don't be nice to people.
ต่อ
Oh.
สุขภาพเอานะ
He tried so hard
ตั้งใจซื้อมาฝากเลย
not to be nice to him.
นะครับ พี่กินแล้ว อย่าขายนะพี่ ห้ามขายนะยังไง อร่อยไหม
Oh. He's trying so hard not to smile.
วันอาทิตย์นี้ว่างไหม
ทำไมอ่ะ
จะชวนไปเที่ยว
ไปไหน
ไปทะเลกัน พี่อย่าบอกนะว่าพี่ไม่เคยไปทะเลอ่ะ เคย
What?
ว่ายน้ำทะเลกับเขาปะเนี่ย
ไม่เคย แล้วจะทำไม
You've never been to a beach?
ที่บ้านไม่ว่างพาไปเที่ยวที่ไหนทั้งนั้นแหละ
งั้นดีเลย อินจะพาพี่ไปเปิดหูเปิดตาเอง
Oh, he showed him such a different life.
พี่ดีนครับตื่นได้แล้วทุกคนรอกินข้าวอยู่
Is he dreaming of that? Caught in the act.
รักหลับพี่เหรอ พี่ดีน เดลพามาครับ
Oh damn, okay.
พี่ดีน พี่ดีนครับ ตัวจริงหรือพี่ฝันเนี่ย ตัวจริงสิครับ ไม่เห็นต้องดมกลินพิสูจน์เลย
The question is, do you want him to? His face makes
พี่ดีน
his face makes it look like he doesn't want him to.
พี่ดีน พี่ขอโทษครับ
Does he have gross breath?
หรือจะลงไปรอข้างล่าง หรือจะอาบด้วยกันก็ได้นะ
I was waiting for that. I was like, will he actually say it?
ผมจะลงไปก่อนครับ
Bye. I don't think Pharm will ever change though.
ลามก
I thought he was saying that to his niece for a second.
ปลุกพี่ดินยังไงเนี่ย
ทำไมอ่ะ เชี่ย
Oh, it's not that bad. God.
ก็เรื่องพี่ดีนไงไม่จริงไหนทั้งนั้นเลยเว้ย
The fact that he actually covered himself up.
เดลให้พามมาช่วยสอนทำอาหารค่ะ เอาไว้ทำให้คุณพ่อคุณแม่ตอนที่กลับมา
Interesting bit of
ทุกคน
tension.
กินเสร็จแล้วใช่ไหมงั้นเดี๋ยวเราไปเก็บจานกัน
เป็นอะไรกันอ่ะทำไมทำหน้าแปลกๆอ่ะ
Is their mum in
คือ
Sneaks?
พี่ดีนกับคุณพ่อไม่ค่อยสนิทกันนะจิ
พี่ดีนเพิ่งย้ายมาอยู่บ้านนี้เมื่อ 2-3 ปีก่อนเองอะ
ทำไมอะพี่
คืองี้คือคุณย่าเขาไม่ค่อยโอเคกันที่พ่อกับแม่พี่เขาแต่งงานกันอ่ะพี่อายุได้ประมาณ 18แล้วคุณย่าเขาก็เสีย
That makes more sense now why Sawn was on about his grandmother not wanting her
ก็
to
เล
be
ยไม่สนิท
alone.
กับที่
โหยังมีคนที่นิ่งกว่าพี่ดีนอีกเหรอยิ่งกว่าพี่ดีนอีก
Should be interesting to meet him then.
ทำให้บรรยากาศในห้องเนี่ยเงียบอึมครึมไปหมดเลย
คุณแม่บอกว่าวันนั้นทั้งวันอะคงไม่มีบทสนทนาอะไรออกมาเลยอะ
That makes things 10 times worse.
พี่ตีน
ปาล์มไอ้นี่มันดังอะ
ขอบใจน้ำมะนาว
ได้ปะ
Is it his mom?
พี่
Oh, his brother.
แล้วคนไหนกิ๊กพี่อะหนุ่ม2 คนนี้ หรือสาวๆเมื่อตะกี้
ไม่มีทั้งนั้นแหละ
มีอะไรหรือเปล่าพาม
แม่ครับแม่
Oh
ภูมิ
no!
ภูมิเดี๋ยวก่อนภูมิ
I feel so awkward
คนใน
for
เฟซ
Pharm.
แม่เคยเปิดให้ดูภูมิจำได้
มีอะไรจะบอกแม่ไหม
ไม่มีอะไรทั้งนั้น เข้าใจไหม ดีมาก
There's a green flag for the mum already.
พี่ตีน แฟนพาม
ยินดีที่ได้รู้จักนะจ๊ะดีน
โอ้แม่ทำไมไม่แจ้งเยอะกว่านี้ภูมิไม่ยอมนะ
No! Go away, Boom!
แม่โอเคเหรอ
ทำไมแม่จะไม่โอเคล่ะ ถ้าพามจะรักใครสักคนพามจะรักใครชอบใคร ก็เป็นเรื่องส่วนตัวของพามนะลูก ขอให้ลูกแม่มีความสุข และคนคนนั้นรักลูก
I wonder if Dean's parents will be more like Korn and In's parents then.
คิดถึงแม่นะ
แม่ก็คิดถึงนะ จะร้องไห้ทำไมล่ะฮะ
He
เดี๋ยวไว้
always
ปิดเทอม
cries.
ก็ค่อยมาหาแม่ที่อเมริกากับพี่เขานะ
Yes. Didn't Dean say he had some American in him? Dean? Nervous? What?
พี่ก็เครียดเป็นนะ ดีนะที่แม่เราไม่ดุ
He is lucky.
มือไม่พายแล้วยังจะเอาแป้ง
ก็กูเหงาอ่ะ
When does he
ไม่มีอะไร
ever?
ทำอ่ะ
ไม่ช่วยเพื่อนล่ะ
เหงาทีมก็มาช่วยเราเลยมา
He comes to eat and that's it.
นวดให้สีมันกลืนกันทั้งก้อน
สู้ๆนะทุกคนเป็นกำลังใจให้
New tune?
ใหญ่ไป
อยากได้ใหญ่ๆอ่ะได้ไหม
เอาแค่พอดีคำก็พอ
The actress does so good at being so over the top and eccentric. If you opened yourself up a bit more, Dean, you could have this fun too.
มือพี่ยังไม่ได้ล้างอ่ะ จะกินยังไงดีอะ
มุกนี้เคยใช้แล้วครับ
หน้าตาเหมือนขนมพับพาย นึกว่าจะห
Your
มายถึงความรักซะ
favorite.
อีก
Dean!
ตีน
Pom, you just came out to your mum on a video call in front of all those people. I think you can handle a sniff kiss.
อะไร อะไร
No.
เนี่ยไม่ยอมตอบไปทำอะไรมาทำอะไรมา
ไม่ได้ทำอะไรทั้งนั้น
Oh my god, guys, talk about something else. This is so embarrassing all the time.
ไปลุยน้ำกันหน่อยเร็ว
Oh.
ห้ามโซนนะ
ต้นอะไรเราไม่มี
He probably can't swim, can he? Come on, just dip your toes in and be carefree.
พี่กรณ์เหมือนเด็กเลยอ่ะ
Yeah.
พี่โตแล้ว อิน
I need them to stop. Can't even enjoy their happy moments because it just didn't last. So cute. They're focusing so much more on Korn this episode.
วันนี้สนุกไหมพี่
Happy.
ก็ดี
พี่อยู่กับอินน่ะ พี่จะเจอเรื่องสนุกแบบนี้เยอะแยะเลยนะ
แต่ถ้าอินอยู่กับพี่ อินอาจจะไม่เจอเรื่องดีเลย
งั้นพี่จะต้องมีอิน เพราะอินจะพาพี่ไปเจอเรื่องดีๆ อินจะทำให้พี่มีความสุข แน่ยิ้มแล้ว
They never got to do any of it though. Ultimately, Korn was right. The way they both did a double take.
พี่เขาเป็นแฟนพี่นะ
Oh!
พี่เมาขึ้นปะเนี่ย
พี่สติดีนะ
I guess they both got their answer there as they both asked.
ได้คำตอบ
Oh.
อะว่าไง พี่ให้เวลาคิด3 วิ
Fuck
ตกล
off.
งพี่ ตกลงนะตกลง โอ๊ยพี่โคตรตื่นเต้นเลยดีใจจังเลยอ่ะ
He's so happy. He doesn't know what it's gonna bring.
พี่จะดูแลแฟนคนนี้ของพี่ให้ดี
สัญญานะ ห้ามทิ้ง ห้ามเปลี่ยนใจด้วย
It makes so much more sense now why in the double suicide scene and he was like, you promise you'd never leave me, you promise you'd never leave me. They literally said it so many times. Hashtag depression. This is not great. You'd be so happy, like, oh my god, they're together, oh my god, they're kissing. No. I wonder how long they actually were together.
พี่สัญญา พี่จะไม่ทิ้ง ไม่ปล่อยมืออินไป
Never let me go.
ตลอดไป
I guess he didn't break that promise. I hate this song. Oh god. We're getting to the emotional part of the show now, aren't we?
มีอะไรเปล่าพี่
Oh, it was last episode that he did it then. Your relative is involved?
หาแทบไม่ได้เลย
Oh.
ตันกับทุกทาง คนนี้น่าจะมีเส้นใหญ่ปิดเอาไว้หมด ส่วนคนที่ชื่ออินทัศน์ได้ข่าวมาบ้างแล้ว
The freaking family covered him up.
มีหนังสือเล่มนี้อยู่ไหมครับ
เริ่มมั่นใจว่าผมคือกร
Yes! So many people have said that Until We Meet Again is the show that they've cried the most at, or the BL they've cried the most at, and like to get tissues prepared, which they always are because I cry a lot. But until now, there was nothing that had really like properly hit me, I'd say. Like, Pharm cries every episode, and as much as I don't like to see him cry, I don't have the same emotions as him in that moment, and it's not enough to make me cry. But these past couple of episodes, the Inner Korn flashbacks have been hitting rather hard the more we're getting into them, especially that one. Oh my god. The more pieces we get to the puzzle, the more heartbreaking it gets. Seeing Korn's father at the start of the episode saying, why are you nice to people, you shouldn't be nice to people, and then that making so much more sense about why Korn was always so closed off, why he was like giving in the cold shoulder. I wouldn't say he was necessarily horrible, but he was just, not pleasant. And he wouldn't give him the time of day, and he was just sticking his nose in a book because he'd rather not talk to people than be actively horrible to them. And then in persistent, wormed his way in and managed to give him more happiness than his father ever did, and showed him this whole new life that he could have away from what his father was doing and the life that he wanted to have. But then ultimately he knew he could never have it and then did that. And man, Korn is worming his way up my favourite character list. It's so sad every time we see it, and the more like backstory and pieces put together in the puzzle we get, the more emotional it is. And yeah, now I'm starting to see where people were coming from, because the Inner Korn flashbacks in particular are what really strike me. Interesting episode though, for the most part, or besides Yeah, besides the In and Korn flashbacks, it was all set in Dean's house. It didn't even feel like that. And it's funny because I'm just coming off the Vice Versa Ask Guy second episode. Not relevant to people that don't care, but I'm sorry. I just watched it, so I have to make the same comparison. But in my reaction to that, I said it's funny how pretty much the whole 2 episodes were set in one house and it didn't feel boring at all. And that applies here as well. The whole episode was in one house and the time didn't drag on at all. Like, the episode didn't feel like it was 50 minutes long. Where did the time go? And I don't even really know what happened. I can't even really think of what happened in this episode, but I wasn't bored at all. Like, what did they actually do? They cooked some lunch and Pharm woke Dean up and somehow that was 50 minutes long. I don't know where the time went for this episode, but I can't think of anything that happened. It's like, besides the Lincoln flashbacks, because they are like taking over me at the moment, especially that beach scene. Barely anything like big happened in this episode, and yet I wasn't bored at all. It's so funny. How was it 50 minutes? Wait, I genuinely don't know. Oh, but we found out more about Dean's parents dynamic. Oh, and Pharm came out there. Yeah. We found out more about their parents and how Dean and his father aren't close, which kind of similar to Korn and his father. And I'm thinking, isn't Korn from Kin Porsche, the actor, I don't know his name, sorry, isn't he Dean's father? Because I think Pharm's father is dead. So we don't have to worry about him not being supportive, I think. So he's come out to his mother and brother, all good. So his side of the family is done, and we've just got Dean's now. He's not close to his father anyway, so God only knows what his father's going to be like when he finds out. I have a feeling he might be more on the Korn and In generation of things there. Dean's relationship with his parents is pretty similar to In's relationship with his mother and father. Like, I reckon Dean's mum will be fine with it, but maybe his dad won't. I don't know, but is his mum In's niece? Man, this is a whole thing. And when they first showed Pharm being like, Aylin or Aiden, I was like, oh God, they're going to all be connected by family and I'm not going to like this. But thinking about it now, Pharm is just In reincarnated, but he's not related to him. He's in a different family. And it's not like In was in love with Dean. In's in love with Korn, so it's okay. It's okay. There's no incestuousness there. I was thinking this could get a bit screwed up if they all turn out to be related in some way, but they're completely different people, so it's not like they're in love with their relatives. But yeah, that's an interesting connection. And if Dean's mum is In's niece, that would mean that Dean's grandmother is In's sister, right? She was supportive. Oh, but she's dead, so that doesn't really matter. Hopefully she raised her daughter well, being like, hey, your gay uncle killed himself, support LGBT rights, and hopefully the mum will be a queen. But the dad is always where the problem lies. I also want to know who tied them up. Oh yeah, I thought it was the sister that tied them up. So that would be Dean's grandmother, which could be why he has such a big connection to her, because she tied up Korn and In after they died? Mate, I might be piecing it all together here, and that would be so cool. That would be so cool. That means it's probably wrong because I'm getting excited. Next episode though, oh my God, it looks like Dean is piecing more together and actually thinking that he is Korn. So I was right in thinking that they don't know yet. So he thinks he is Korn next time. And man, we're not even halfway through the show yet. Or are we? 8 episodes. No, next episode will be the halfway point. And we haven't even like properly got into the proper big part of the storyline yet. Like, we're only halfway through and Dean might be realizing next episode that he is Korn, and then we get to like the really juicy part. So I'm so excited, and I wonder what Pharm's reaction will be when he hears him say that. Will he have like a sudden realization, oh my god, yeah, I'm in? Or will he be like, Dean, you're crazy? That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episode 8 of Until We Meet Again. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Until We Meet Again, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 9. Bye!